Happy birthday, Cancer! Welcome to your July 2014 Runescope. My name is Amanda. Just want to remind you also to watch the video for your rising sign in addition to this if Cancer is your sun sign, because it can clarify some areas that may need some more specificity. I'll get it out. In your general sun sign reading, or it can give you an idea of what other areas may be lit up for you in July 2014. Of course, the only way to get a reading only for you is to schedule one with me. I do those on Skype. It's $65 for a half-an-hour session. Just drop me a line at the email address below this video if you want to set up an appointment. I will get to you as soon as possible. Sometimes it can take a little while if there are a number of people ahead of you, so please be patient. I promise I will get back with you as soon as I possibly can. But let's jump in here, Cancer. And the first position here is the challenge, or what the challenging energy will be for the month of July. And for a lot of you, it appears that you may be dealing with a friend or a family member, someone who is maybe going through a tough lesson, but it seems like this is something they've chosen themselves, and maybe are not taking advice from you, not taking advice from others. With this card, it's normally a hasty decision. Someone's just rushing into something that they're not prepared for or ready for, and they're not really listening to any advice, maybe getting defensive when people offer advice. They feel that people are interfering in their business and that it's none of their concern. You know, but I mean, the crux of this matter is that someone is just pushing ahead too quickly in something, and this could be, you know, a relationship, any situation where caution it would be recommended. So, I mean, it will be different for all of you and for all of the people that you're dealing with. But you know, and in some cases, Cancer, this can be you. Maybe some people are advising you against, you know, maybe a new relationship, or someone maybe advising you to give it more time, and you may feel that, again, same thing, they're interfering, sticking their nose where it doesn't belong, or, you know, giving biased advice. But the truth is, Cancer, is that when these cards are coming up reversed, you would probably do well to listen to some of that advice. Just gonna throw that out there. But because of the other cards, I'm getting the feeling that most of you are going to be dealing with someone else going through this lesson. And this person may be younger, they may be inexperienced, or they may just be impetuous. They may jump into things that, you know, too quickly, you feel. You know, and in this situation, it does seem that they are going to regret this. So unfortunately, it could be a situation where they just kind of have to go through it themselves and learn the lesson. You know, and I mean, this may be a lesson that you feel they keep repeating, but they'll keep repeating it until they get it right, Cancer. So, I mean, if your advice is not being listened to, is not being appreciated, you know, it may do best for you to just, you know, step away from it and feel like you've done all that you can do. Obviously you care about this person, or you wouldn't be, you know, offering this advice in the first place. So, unfortunately, it does seem any advice you offer in July is going to be taken the wrong way, taken as an interference, Cancer. So, you know, with that in mind, you may decide to just totally keep your lips sealed. It doesn't appear it's going to do any good anyway, I'm sorry to say. But for you, I do think that you, while you may be dealing with this, there's a new influence coming in for you in July, Cancer. And for some of you, this could be a new friendship, a new relationship, a new job opportunity. And this may come after June with Mercury retrograde, where you had a lot of frustrations in a certain area. Maybe you couldn't quite get things going. And finally in July, I think you're going to start seeing that clearing up. And it would make sense because Saturn goes direct in July. I believe it's around the 21st. And this is the first time all year that kind of all the major players, as far as planets are concerned, will be moving forward. I do believe Neptune will be retrograde, but that's a good thing. But what I'm seeing here is, you know, something that maybe you thought was a disappointment, or thought that you wasn't going to work out, is going to come back around. Now, if anything doesn't come through financially in July, Cancer, especially financially, with money that you were expecting, or a job offer that you thought you were going to get. Just know that it's because something even better is coming in. Or if you do need financial assistance, you know, it does look like someone will help you out. It does look like that will be available to you. You may hate to ask. You know, you may, or this may be a financial institution, a bank or something that you need to get a loan to, just to kind of pay the bills or make it through. You don't want to do that, but it does look like, Cancer, if you are to seek this out in July, you'll be able to find help and be able to get things back on track. So don't put it off, because it does look like if you need some kind of financial help or some kind of change financially, if you put it off during July, it's just going to get worse. So, you know, take action on that, and it does appear that, you know, someone's going to be able to help you and in a very positive way. So even though you may not want to pay back a loan later, it could be that you get extended terms or something where you could really work with here. Refinancing may also be something that you're wanting to do. Cancer, if you need to buy a car, some of you may be looking to buy a car in July. You may, you know, because yours may go kaput, or maybe it went kaput in June. You know, and you may not feel you have the money. Again, it looks like a good, you know, you could get a good deal. It looks like if you need a co-signer, maybe if your credit's not that great, somebody's going to help you out with that. So a lot of different ways this can work. But if there was a vacation you were looking to take, Cancer, and now it looks like the money's not going to be there, or if it's going to take money away from stuff you need to pay, it may be that you need to delay a vacation. It looks like you'll be able to go, but you may just have to put it off until later this year to save money, Cancer. Help that's going to be available to you in addition to financial help is that a secret or something that's been hidden from you is going to come out. And this may be something that someone has been hiding for a good long time, Cancer, but it's going to help you in this sense that maybe it's something you always thought was going on about someone else. Maybe it's going back to this person that was coming up as your challenge for the month of July. There may be something here that you had always suspected, and it finally comes out, and then it can be dealt with. Or at least that, you know, at least it's no longer hidden. And it may explain someone's behavior a little bit better. Now, this can be an addiction issue. This can be that someone has like mental health issues that they're dealing with that need to be addressed, that they need to get medication for or need to get therapy for. It does seem that maybe it reveals a reason for someone's erratic behavior, or just someone who has not been behaving like the person you know them to be. So yeah, and Cancer, if this is you, if a secret comes out about you that you were trying to hide in July, if you are the one that's dealing with an issue like this, and this comes out, well, it may be very difficult to deal with in July, it's necessary for you to get to a better place. You know, it may not seem like a good thing, but it will eventually seem like a good thing. You know, when you have a problem like this, you have to get help. You can't do it on your own. You need someone or people with the proper training to help you through this kind of a situation. So, Cancer, just know that anything that comes out that has been hidden either by you or someone else is leading to a very positive place, even if you or another person can't see it in July. What can't be changed, Cancer, in July is that a new beginning is at hand, but in order to get to this new beginning, you do have to leave something or someone behind, or a situation behind. We have to make room for new things coming in. And if we don't do it, the universe will do it. And as I say so often, it's always better for you to do it than to have the powers that be do it, because, you know, they may do it in a way that's a little more abrupt, because they're just helping you get where you need to be, but in the moment it may feel more abrupt or out of your control, Cancer. So if you know there are changes that you need to make, something or someone that you need to leave behind in order to get to a positive place, I urge you to take steps in July to do that, so that the universe doesn't step in and do it for you. The end result is going to be a very joyful new beginning, no matter how this plays out, no matter if you take these steps or if you know, your spirit guides or the powers that we have to step in and do it. But again, always better if you can do it. And this could be involving, again, this other person, you know. Maybe they are going to get to a positive place, but you know, if they don't listen, if they're not listening to the advice by their loved ones, then, I mean, this is just, if they're not taking that advice and continuing to be stubborn about the situation, then it's going to be more disruptive, their new beginning. But I do think this person will be okay. They're just going to have to hit maybe a rock bottom of some sort before they get to a more positive place. And honestly, that's what I see happening, or starting to happen in July, Cancer, is that you know, there is some disruptive event. There is, you know, for some people this may be a car accident, I'm sorry to say, you know, because with this rune of travel next to the rune of disruption, it's kind of the very mundane interpretation of that, or you know, an accident while traveling, something like that, Cancer. So, and again, if this is you, please be very careful driving. Do not get behind the wheel if you've been drinking, or if you're under the influence of prescription drugs or anything, if you have an addiction issue that you are not dealing with properly. Do not get behind the wheel of a vehicle and endanger yourself and others, because that would definitely be a very disruptive interpretation of this event. But whatever does happen, again, is the universe maybe putting someone in a situation where they have to come to terms and face what they've been avoiding. But the end result is going to be positive, you know, in the sense that someone is finally able to, you know, face an issue, face down demons, confront things, confront tough lessons. So Cancer, I feel like if this is another person, you've intuitively felt that this was going to happen anyway, but you were trying to help this person maybe avoid this. So, you know, I think you are going to be victorious, but it's a victory you're not going to be happy about. I mean, it's like, I'm right, but I didn't want to be right. That kind of thing when this person kind of hits rock bottom, you know. And, you know, this would be a person, again, I'm getting more details about this person, somebody who just doesn't really take a lot of responsibility for their life. They just rush in, do things without thinking it through, but then it's always maybe somebody else's fault. They don't put a lot of effort into setting goals or you know, they're not big on follow through, this person. And when other people try to help, when it's always coming from a good place, they take it offensively, or that they get defensive about it. So, Cancer, if this is you dealing with someone going through a tough situation, just kind of intuitively feel your way through. A new beginning is at hand with this. If this is you, I mean, I'm sorry to tell you that, you know, you're gonna, well, the good news is you're gonna get on the right course, whether you want to or not, because, you know, it's just, there may be some very difficult things that happen if you don't do it yourself. So I urge you, once again, if this is you, to get on the right path. If it's not you, you know, I think you intuitively know what the outcome is going to be, but it does appear to be positive for most of you, a positive result. There's just going to be a rock bottom in there before whomever this is can get to a positive place. So for those of you who have been trying to get pregnant, I did want to mention that this is something that may come to pass this summer. So definitely, if you've been trying, if that's something that you want to do, then July can be a very good month for that. And any new beginnings, as far as starting a new business, a new job, that kind of thing. Even baby steps, like if going back to this financial stuff, if you're having difficulties with that, you know, do whatever you can that's free. So, you know, work on the website or work on the creative project, or, you know, the creative end of something you're trying to get going. And, you know, summer is going to be a very positive time. It may take July for you to really feel all these planets moving forward and things finally starting to loosen up a little bit, and you finally able to get from point A to point B. So all in all, Cancer, you know, a lot of things that need to come to light in July will come to light. for all for the good, even though it may not feel as such in the moment. So good luck. I hope that was helpful. Again, happy birthday, and I'll see you back here in August.